Hello, I'm Jody Applegate. Now your Pix 11 at 10, an all-female Russian punk band who you've probably never heard of, with a name that some people are embarrassed to say, is going to prison for expressing an opinion. Now, free speech advocates are protesting and getting arrested all around the world. Arthur Chen is live with more on the story. Arthur?
Jody, there are a lot of people who probably don't want to say the name of this band on television, but considering I've said worse on live television before, we will tell you the name of the Russian band that's making headlines internationally tonight is a band called Pussy Riot. And for a performance in a Moscow cathedral earlier this year that lasted less than 60 seconds, today they were sentenced to 2 years behind bars. Yes, that's right. The name of this feminist punk band is Pussy Riot. We'll give our viewers a short musical break here to get over it. Now, we assume the name has something to do with cats. Either way, it was this brief performance in a Moscow cathedral decrying the Orthodox Church's support of President Vladimir Putin that landed them 2 years behind bars today. The three musicians have been jailed since March as they collected footage in their trademark style for this music video. Many believe it was less about justice than about politics.
If they were singing a pro-Putin song here in Russia, they would not have the sentence that they have right now.
The female judge sentenced the trio for, get this, hooliganism rooted in religious hatred, saying the 2-year sentence was for being offensive and aggressive. Protests and condemnation in support of the three women has come from around the world, and demonstrators flocked to Russian embassies on different continents. Here in New York, it led to arrests today in solidarity. Musicians like Madonna, Bryan Adams, Sting have all weighed in support. Even chess grandmaster Garry Kasparov made a move, and it cost him today. He is amongst the dozens arrested outside the Moscow courthouse. Freedom of expression, the cause, added sympathy as 2 of the women are mothers with very young children.
The United States is disappointed by the verdict, including the disproportionate sentences that were granted.
Throughout all this, we got to thinking, what would happen if someone did something offensive in a cathedral here in New York? Well, as it happens, 10 years ago, a Radio Shock Jock idea of fun was to get a couple to have sex at St. Patrick's Cathedral. The couple was charged with public lewdness, a misdemeanor, maybe a fine, not prison. As for the masterminds behind it, a few years later, they went national, hired by CBS. Welcome to America. Now, going back to Russia tonight, there is a glimmer of hope because the Russian Orthodox Church tonight saying they would actually favor leniency for these 3 women. As we pointed out, 2 of them are mothers with very young children. Perhaps if they appeal, if that leniency bid is taken into account, their sentence could be reduced. We'll have to wait and see. Live on the Upper East Side tonight, Arthur Chen, Pix 11 News. We now go to Jay Dow in Washington Heights.